Number 5. The Prepper's Abandoned Cache is a permanent prepper cache near the Timberwolf Mountain transition in Pleasant Valley. Though a dark and dingy structure to call home, it is paired with a half-broken structure above ground containing a stove for cooking and sleeping off the cabin fever. If you can brave the claustrophobia, this could be a good base, but it is maybe better suited to be a well-stocked checkpoint before attacking the treacherous mountain region lying ahead. The abandoned cache has a workbench, stove, and bed, quick access to Timberwolf Mountain, and some nearby points of interest to loot, such as the crash site. But being on an edge of the map means it is quite far from everything else, and being a prepper cache means it is very dark, and not very comfy. 4 out of 10. The outdoor building stove is a nice perk for a prepper cache, but overall, not very fun for long-term living. My number 4 choice is the Community Hall in Thompson's Crossing, a small community center surrounded by many useful buildings. With the rural store, multiple residences, and a church for looting, the community hall's spacious interior and bountiful kitchen is the clear choice to store your many treasures. If you'd prefer living in any of the other structures, they're all within a stone's throw, and the paved road makes finding your way home incredibly easy. The community hall has a large kitchen, the biggest room for storage space, and lots of buildings nearby to scavenge, but it is lacking a workbench, and kind of has bad vibes because you know everyone is dead. 5 out of 10. Easy living early on, and close to the coastal highway transition, but missing the homey feeling present in other Pleasant Valley locations. Number 3 belongs to the Radio Control Hut, overlooking the entire valley. After a short hike to the top of Signal Hill, you are greeted with a sturdy structure fit for survival, and what is most likely the best view in the whole region. If you reach the hut with a climbing rope, you can deploy a shortcut down the cliff for, well, moderately difficult access to and from the building. It also has an added bonus of being near the Carter Hydro Dam transition zone to Mystery Lake. The Radio Control Hut has a workbench and bed, an outdoor fire barrel for longer burn times, and close access to wildlife and Mystery Lake. But it takes a lot of stamina and inventory management to utilize the shortcut, and a lack of buildings nearby means you must rely on nature and your tools. 6 out of 10. Great for survivors who have acquired a good set of tools for harvesting wood and food from the wilderness, but be wary of living here unprepared. For number 2, we have the Pleasant Valley Outbuildings near Thompson's Crossing. This location's large barn is simple, spacious, and almost directly in the center of the valley. With a workbench, fire barrel, a short walk to the community hall and other buildings, this is a prime location for surviving comfortably. Just be wary of the occasional wolf or bear lumbering about. The Pleasant Valley Outbuildings have a workbench and fire barrel, multiple exits for dodging wildlife, and a central location for exploring the map. But it lacks a bed, though you can sleep in the truck if the temperature is adequate, and it's not as comfortable as the others unless you're really into barns. 6.5 out of 10. While not perfect or the most homey, the central location in a large, somewhat mountainous region makes up for many of its downfalls. Finally, the number 1 spot goes to the Pleasant Valley Farmstead, a large building near the center of the region, just as central as the Pleasant Valley Outbuildings. This homely structure has just about everything you need to live comfortably in the valley, even a fire pit for roasting marshmallows. There is plenty of looting and salvaging to be done in the many rooms, and even a basement full of crates for firewood and a workbench. Although there is often a wolf or bear presence nearby, it is easy hunting from the porch, and 3 exits to avoid the threats. The farmstead has a stove, workbench, and outdoor fire pit, plenty of loot and storage space, a central location, just as central as the Pleasant Valley Outbuildings, and rabbits, deer, bears, wolves aplenty. But it is kind of a long trek to the Pensive Pond for fishing. 9 out of 10. It is, of course, a fantastic base, but as someone who likes having a good supply of fish and lantern fuel, my only gripe I can think of is the long journey to the pond can get tiresome. Thanks for watching. Feel free to take a look at the first episode of the Tales of Doug Chesterfield if you're looking for more long dark content, and stay warm out there.